Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'll give you kind of a rundown of Sick Week 2024. First, I'd like to thank my sponsor, A Cut Above Knife Sharpening and Leather. They've been sponsoring me for about the last 2 years. Last year they got me a set of slicks. This year we switched over to the drag radials, as you can see in the video. There's a little picture of their logo there. Quick little video of us swapping over to the radials. Got the radio swapped over, got everything packed, and then boom. Motor started knocking real bad when we went to dinner on Friday night. So here's us just trying to look and see what happened. Not finding any obvious signs of damage. We thought for sure it was the crank or rod knocking bad. So we ended up taking the car over to KSR. Huge shout out to them for letting us just use their parking lot and their tools and stuff like that. We ended up pulling the motor out, finding that we dropped the lifter, took out the camshaft, bent some push rods. Just the whole top of the motor was pretty trashed. We ended up getting some parts from them, a used cam from them. We were able to get the motor back together. We did this all basically Saturday night and firing it up for the first time Sunday, which is Tech Day. So we put in a lot of effort into this sick week here. As you can see here, we ended up buying a used short block because we thought we needed something to just replace it so we can make it through sick week. But we ended up using the short block that was in the car, luckily, because that one is obviously a little bit more built, handle a little bit more boost. Didn't really want to have to go back to the stock bottom end side of this. So yeah, just a video of us kind of getting ready to pull the motor out here. Here's the motor coming out of the car. And the motor's out. You can kind of see some of the damage, some bent push rods. Here's us pulling the heads off. This is where we find the lifter that's basically the wheel of it broke off, and it just destroyed the cam. I didn't get any really good pictures of the cam, so a good little time lapse of us tearing down the motor in a parking lot the day before an event. But it all went pretty smoothly. I can't thank my dad enough for all the help that he put in on this. We're basically at this point, we're ready to go back together. We checked everything looked good. We're basically just cleaning everything up and getting a camshaft from Kevin and some parts. And we just started assembling. And my phone was running low on battery here a little bit, so I just was taking pictures. So there's a short block, polishing the cam up. Had a little nick on it, a little used cam, we got polished up, looking good. There we go. Back together. And here we are, starting it Sunday morning at the track for the first time. I think I got up at like 4 in the morning to finish putting the turbos and stuff like that on. Just super thrilled with hearing it run. Not making any noise, had great oil pressure. Felt like we were on top of the world at that point. here's some just odd and end pictures that we took during sick week.
Because I think that car only has an 850 limited cage. So, and here's the other problem. It's going to start to get better as far as the air quality goes. So I hate to say it, but he might have to slow that car down. We're ready to resume where we left off.
Car does.
Porsche 2011 Crown Vic. 987 to 132 right side for the Pro Streeter. But for the 4x4 crank strip here, and one of the guys who probably, other than me, who actually knows what a tractor flap looked like on exhaust on a race car. Remember when dragsters used to have those? That was all the rage. Right hand side, the patriotic theme done on the Monte Carlo. Up next, the 1983 model Malibu station wagon. The last year they made them, at least in the G-body platform. It is a turbocharged LS, and it has already been replaced because his original one kind of gave up the ghost, so to speak. When you put out an ad, when you put out a call for a short block, and it hasn't even started yet, that's the year.
you can see here, we had a lot of issues. Ran a 967, but felt like that was good enough, so we hit the road. Here's us at the first checkpoint. And we made it to the next checkpoint after rewiring the fans at the first checkpoint. And here's the last checkpoint of the night, the Freedom Factory, which I thought was pretty cool. And then, of course, our troubles continue. We were running real rich. We were having fueling issues the whole drive. So I decided to change over to my spare set of injectors that I had, and we changed out the O2 sensor that I had. I had a spare one, which it was doing the same exact thing when we changed injectors and the O2 sensor. We ended up taking the O2 sensor I had in the car, and I took it up to the Holley booth, and they ended up giving me a brand new one. And that ended up fixing our issue. But we still had a bunch of issues. The car wasn't running the best. We couldn't figure it out. So we turned in a 1008 at this track at Bradenton.
Father-son race right here.
Here comes our next pair. Kyle Cartwright and William Cartwright. It's an all Cartwright affair on the starting line. Kyle Cartwright in the family Malibu wagon. The 1983 model turbo wagon on the left side. time they're taking that on a drag and drive. Michael goes 854, That will bring up Kyle Cartwright in what his 6-year-old calls C-Wagon, as in there is no other. This is C-Wagon. The LS Swap single turbo wagon will line up again. James Doc McIntyre, the king of naturally aspirated, has won several titles with this car, but today is kind of on the struggle bus. He has a pair of 8-second runs when he is used to running much quicker. Yesterday, 776. Today, been in the mid-8s fast. So he's trying to find the performance he needs in order to allocate his title. And we'll continue with the question mark. 10:08 at 1:30.
Yeah, so like I said, after 2 passes, we ended up turning a 10:08. That was the best we could get out of the car that day for whatever reason. So we hit the road, hit our first checkpoint, which was actually really cool. It was this, the Motor Enclave place. And then checkpoint number 2. On to checkpoint number 3. As you see, me and my dad are both in all these videos. And my dad ended up doing the same thing we had happen. Ended up dropping a lifter and ruining his cam. So with my dad done, we ended up looking over the car, finding a spark plug wire that was off. That was our whole problem this whole time. So we hit the road, checkpoint 1, checkpoint 2. Georgia, turning in a 9:28, the best the cars ever ran. Hit our first couple checkpoints, and we made it back to Orlando. So for the last pass of sick week, I turned the boost way up, trying to run my 8-second pass, which was my goal in the car, and the rear end ended up breaking. I don't know what exactly happened. We were just so tired and over it that we ended up just loading up on the trailer, turning on the time slip. We finished sick week. I was happy with that. But we'll get it fixed. We'll see what broke in the next video, and we'll get it back to the track to run that 8-second pass. Thanks for watching, guys.